Today we're making cozy soups that'll chase away the chill and make your kitchen smell amazing. From creamy to hearty, these are the ones you'll want on repeat all season long. Let's start with a creamy chicken gnocchi soup. I put some olive oil in my pot and I'm tossing in about a cup of chopped celery. I'm going to cook that for a couple of minutes. And now I'm adding in a diced onion and let that cook a couple minutes. Next, add a cup of shredded carrots and blend all these veggies together and toss in a couple of minced garlic cloves. And let me tell you, this combo smells amazing. I'm adding 3½ cups of chicken broth. Sprinkle in a ½ teaspoon of Italian seasoning followed by ½ teaspoon of thyme. Put the lid on and bring it to a simmer. This has been cooking for about 10 minutes and I checked the veggies to be sure they are tender, and this already tastes so delicious as is, but I'll continue. It's time to add in the shredded chicken, and I just boiled a chicken breast and then shredded it up, but you could always use a rotisserie chicken to make it easier. But I'm just going to add chicken and the gnocchi and let it simmer for about another 5 minutes until they're soft. Everything is looking perfect and I reduced the heat to low and I'm adding a cup of half and half, or you can use milk if you like. It'll really just be a little lighter but still really good. I'm also adding a cup of spinach and add a little salt and pepper to your liking, some red pepper flakes for some heat if you want. And as soon as the soup thickens a little, it's done. This soup is like a cross between chicken noodle soup and chicken dumplings, and I just bought a loaf of sesame French bread in the clearance section at Walmart. Just heated it up a little bit and attempting to spread some butter on it. And this soup is creamy, full of flavor. The gnocchi melts in your mouth. It's just so good. Next up is a true comfort favorite, loaded potato soup. I recently started making it at home after enjoying it at restaurants for many years, and I have no idea what took me so long. So I'm starting with 6 slices of bacon and let these sizzle up until they're crispy. All crisped up, I'm going to remove them and drain most of the bacon fat and just leaving a couple tablespoons in the pot. And now add 2 tablespoons of butter and a diced onion. And saute the onion until it's soft for a couple of minutes. And add 3 minced garlic cloves and saute about a minute until it's fragrant. I've got about 7 cups of diced russet potatoes and follow that up with 4 cups of chicken broth, some salt, black pepper, and a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Now I'm going to bring this to a boil, and then once it boils, reduce it to a simmer until the potatoes are nice and tender, so for about 15 minutes. I'm whisking 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour with a cup of milk until it's smooth. And now I'm going to stir that in with the potatoes and let that simmer for about 5 minutes to thicken a little. Add in a ½ cup of sour cream, a cup of shredded cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you like, and a cup of heavy cream. Once the cheese is melted, it's pretty much done. You don't want it to boil, you just want to heat it through. This potato soup is one of my all-time favorite soups. You top it with that crispy bacon and some green onions and extra cheese, and you have the perfect bowl of soup to snuggle up and watch Christmas movies too. Now this supreme pizza soup is amazing, and if you're craving pizza but don't want the heaviness of pizza, this is for you. To start this off, I'm crisping up about a cup of pepperonis in the oven to sprinkle on top of the soup once it's done. You could also cook them in with the soup, but I prefer it this way. Into a pot, I have a tablespoon of olive oil, and I'm adding a ½ pound of Italian sausage, along with a diced bell pepper and a diced onion. Once the sausage is browned, go ahead and drain the excess fat. Then add in 3 cloves of minced garlic and give that a quick stir. Once it's fragrant, add a 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, 2 cups of chicken broth, and an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. I'm also adding a can of drained sliced mushrooms, a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of basil, and half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I just love the little hint of spice it gives. And I'll add some salt and pepper to taste. Also, if you want to put pepperonis in the soup, you can add those now. I let this simmer about 5 minutes, and I want to add a cup of rotini noodles just because it sounds really good. And let this simmer about 10 more minutes until the noodles are ready. So while the soup is simmering, I bought this clearance French bread, and I'm going to make some garlic bread to dip into the soup. I just couldn't resist. There are never any leftovers of this soup, and it is such a crowd pleaser. I found this Italian-style cheese blend at Aldi, which is perfect for topping, and I'm going to put some of those crispy pepperonis on top. Add some olives, and if your family likes olives, just add them in when you add the mushrooms. You've got to try this pizza soup. Let me know which soup you're going to try. I recommend all of them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next video. Thanks for watching.